As I said, it's a packed morning on the hot seat, mainly for or with our clients this morning. I just want to run a few things by you as we start the program. I can tell you later in the program we will be having a special guest. Good morning to the good folks at Ruby's group of companies. Special morning to you. All right, just to let you know, Rubis is having a major promotion today. Join Team Rubis today between 4 and 6 p.m. at Castle Comfort Rubis Service Station. You spend only $50 or more in Ultratech fuel. You get to spin the Rubis wheel and win fantastic prizes, including a chance to play the new Ruby Cash game and win breakfast fete tickets. Terms and conditions apply. Share the live and, of course, tell a friend to tune in. It's a packed program this morning with our clients on the big station. Also, I want to advise you to tune in to Sports Wrap this evening. Our friends Sibo, Lobla, Ronald Landa, the esteemed Ronald Landa. One would even say honorable. Good morning to you, Mr. Landa. Sports Wrap is definitely on this evening. Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow and Vice President Asim Basurat will be joining the guys at 6:30 or from 6:30 p.m. Again, Sibo, Mr. Lobla, and our friend Landa will be live on the big station. We are expecting to make a stop with D&D Hardware or D&D Plumbing and Electricals Inc. rather. The good folks over there. Excellent supplies available at D&D Plumbing and Electricals over there in Goodwill. Morning to you guys. Dominic, I'd like to read out to you a major workshop or some highlights from a workshop held recently. This included officials from our Ministry of Health, along with partners such as the United Nations Women Multi-Country Office of the Caribbean, the Build Back Equal Project, Global Affairs Canada, who funded this particular workshop, this 2 day workshop, the Investment Climate Reform Facility, and of course, more importantly, the NGOs and key stakeholders from the justice and social services ministries. The main objective: to raise awareness and build stakeholder capacity on the gender based violence referral pathway and implementation of the Domestic Violence Protection Act of 2023. These were the focus areas: the training focus areas, survivor centered and trauma informed responses, data informed decision making, multi agency coordination, improving law enforcement response, and roadmap development aligned with national GBV program. That's Dominica's GBV programs. Our friend Lester Guy, Director of Gender Affairs, he spoke or presented at this workshop. He emphasized the need for an interdisciplinary approach in implementing this act. He highlighted government's commitment to fully implementing the act and stressed the significance of translating legislation into real protection and empowerment for survivors. This appears to be a weakness currently in Dominica's regulations in handling GBV circumstances or situations. Loveness Nyakujara was the representative who spoke as well at this 2 day workshop. He represented the Build Back Equal project. He's actually their coordinator. He reinforced the role of coordinated training in building inclusive gender based violence response systems. He also noted the workshop's contribution to regional efforts in advancing policies related to gender based violence. He also highlighted the link between GBV services and women's productivity in private and public spaces. The overall goal was to build trust and improve systemic responses to GBV, making support services more effective and more accessible in Dominica. So this training recently occurred here in Dominica. It was held, organized by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Services in collaboration with the Bureau of Gender Affairs and other partners. Something to look forward to. We expect an official announcement when this is implemented. I can also tell you that a new mental health act may be on the cards. That's according to the Pan American Health Organization for Dominica. This is all current. Very soon we will be making a stop, as we said, with the good folks at D&D Plumbing and Electricals Inc. We're going to take a break and we'll be back.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica, and yet we deliver. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. 255-6810 or 316-0164, or drop by our Jimmet location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
So I ask you, what are you doing inside Bloombox? You have a farm? You tell me, that's how it has. I've been married 37 years. Come at my money farm. They say, no, not woman, like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
The government of Dominica has declared a national firearm amnesty. If you have an illegal gun, now is the time to turn it in. No charges, no questions. If you know someone with an unlicensed firearm, say something without saying your name. Crime Stoppers Dominica keeps you completely anonymous. Call 1-800-8477. That's 1-800-TIPS. Your voice stays hidden, but your action could save lives. Let's protect our island together. A message from Crime Stoppers Dominica and this station.
They do not worry with the burning. Moving the to the sweet and sexy beat. Send to mechanics so rock, send to mechanics so talk, send to bella, move, send to bella, move, send to mechanics so rock, send to mechanics so talk, send to bella, move, send to bella, move. See them end up in a roadblock. Those people not even trying to talk. They move and prove and look to be seen. Some say whatever will be held. Send to make a little rock, send to make a little talk, send to bella, move, and send to bella, move.
Jeff Joe.
Send to make a little talk, send to bella, move, and send to bella, move.
Saint-Tropez Calypso. 827.
They moving their feet, they shaking their moving, shaking and winding, shake that body in time. I said, they're moving their feet, they're shaking their hip, they move their body line. They're moving and moving, shaking and winding, move their body in time. And Trope and it's so rock, rock and Trope and it's so talk, talk and Trope and bada move, and Trope and bada move, and Trope and it's so rock, rock and Trope and it's so talk, talk and Trope and bada move, and Trope and bada move. Rock, Central and so rock, rock, Central and so talk, talk, Central move, Central move, Central so rock, Central so talk, talk, Central move, Central move, Central so rock, rock, Central so talk, talk, Central
Midnight Groovers. Yeah, man. Midnight Groovers with Coco Sec. Morning to all the band members. Shangwabi. Don't bite the hand. This one from Fitzroy Williams.
Can't you see we're moving? And Babylon is falling. Why you keep on waiting till your end comes to nothing? You'll never regret.
We're cruising our way down to D&D Plumbing and Electricals in the morning time.
Don't sit there and just forget. You'll never regret. Don't sit there and just forget. Stop your driving while others out there struggling. The time is changing. Stand out there and do something. You'll never regret. Don't sit there and just forget. You'll never regret. Why do they be a pet? You'll never regret. Don't sit there and just forget. You'll never regret. Why do they can't be a pet?
Throwback Thursday, Exile 1. Previously, you just heard Fitzroy Williams' Get Up. Again, that song was Get Up. Now we're listening to Exile 1, Don't Bite the Hand. It's time for our stop with D&D Plumbing and Electricals. Let's take a break.
This lady asked me, sorry sir, where's D&D Plumbing and Electricals now everybody talking about? I said, ma'am, D&D is located on 2nd Federation Drive, Goodwill, above Nagigo. It's that green and orange building. D&D, we also do services and sales, general plumbing such as PVC pipes and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valve, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valve to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installation. Just watch out for the green and orange. This lady asked me, sorry sir, where's D&D Plumbing and Electricals now everybody talking about? I said, ma'am, D&D is located on 2nd Federation Drive, Goodwill, above Nagigo. It's that green and orange building. D&D, we also do services and sales, general plumbing such as PVC pipes and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valve, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valve to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installation. Just watch out for the green and orange building.
The meaning of salvation. This I want to know. Who's right? Who's wrong? Which way we gonna go? Ain't no time to be confused. Take a step ahead. The minute you knock, the minute you lose. Tomorrow you might be dead. I'm talking to the employer. This has got to know. The best way to treat your problem is the way you got to go. Oh, Mr. Teacher, this you've got to know. The best way to treat your pupil is the way you've got to go. Hold on. You ain't no crap, no. The meaning of salvation. This I want to know. Who's right and who is wrong and which way we gonna go? time to pick and choose. Take one step ahead. The minute you left, the minute you lose. Tomorrow you might be dead. Oh, Mr. Employer, this you got to know. The best way to bring your work and the way you got to go. Please, Mr. Teacher, this you've got to know. The best way to bring your pupil the way you got to go. Let me hear. You are no bad.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna try and connect with Mr. Rabes from D&D Plumbing and Electricals Inc. in a few seconds. All right, it's time for D&D Plumbing and Electricals Inc. Mr. Rabes, welcome to the big station Q95 FM.
Yes, Farrell, good morning, and how are you this morning?
I'm doing
And I
good, thanks
want to,
God.
wonderful, awesome, great. Let me tell you, I do want to thank all the listening public this morning. I want to give them, a very big morning this morning. Have a great and wonderful and awesome morning this morning. And it's so good to have you this morning. And I must say this morning, Farrell, I need to apologize to my dear listening customers, and clients and listening audience out there that have been listening, so faithfully. And I meet some of them and tell me they are not hearing me for the past weeks. Actually, for the month of July, we were out, not really on the air, but maybe persons were listening to our ads
The
on the
ad,
air
yeah.
and right, but they were not hearing me, and persons were telling me they're not hearing me, they're missing me. So
Yeah.
I do want to just apologize to the listening audience this morning, and
Yeah.
thank you so much for listening to our program, D&D Plumbing and Electrical Inc. I am here this morning to give you some information, give you some tips, about plumbing. So this morning we are just so grateful to have you, and thank you so much, for listening, and the team down at Q95. Thank you so much again. And my team here, I just want to say thank you for, what they do each day. And we just are so grateful and thankful to be on the air once again, for the month of August. Due to circumstances beyond my control, it was not possible that I could do it every Thursday, but nonetheless, we are here. And I just want to say thanks again. To the listening public, the listening audience, I want to let you know what you're hearing, who you're listening to is D&D Plumbing and Electrical Inc. And we are located on 2 Federation Drive, Goodwill. That's going up to the hospital, that plumbing shop on the right-hand side. If you're going up, if you're going down, it's on your left-hand side. And we are stocked as we speak right now with all our plumbing supplies, all the faucets, the fittings, all the parts for the toilet. You can stop and you can get all your necessary needs for your plumbing job. You know, I do want to let you know that our numbers are 449-0542. You can also reach us on our cell phone at 285-9643 and our DG number at 616-7505. You can also email us at ddplumbinge@gmail.com, or you can visit our Facebook page at DD Plumbing Inc. So we just want to tell you this morning that just to recap to you really the ending of June, what we did, we were dealing with, leaks and the possibilities of leaks internally and externally around your toilet. We had several areas that we touched that would cause the leaks inside the toilet, and that what would cause the leaks outside of the toilet. But this morning we want to just shift a little bit and look at other areas where you will look at your face basin. I don't know if time would permit that we could look at the kitchen as well. So this morning we're going to look at both these 2 areas where, persons experiencing leaks and, sometimes they are not sure why these things happen. So this morning we're going to look at that. So you're just joining us. I just want to let you know you're listening to D&D Plumbing and Electrical Inc. And we are there to serve you and we are there for you. We have our crew, our staff packed with knowledge. If you are, wondering where to buy your plumbing, where to get this for plumbing, when we think of D&D, I want to reach to a point, and I pray that God help me and you, the customers, come and patronize with me to make it happen, to make it possible. But I want to reach to a point where when you think plumbing, you have to think D&D, because at that time, when we get there to the point that I really want to, when you think of plumbing, that means you would get everything you could possibly think of at D&D. So, time, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but Rome was built. So, we want to get there. Okay, Farrell? So this morning we want to look at our face basin. We still want to stay in the washroom area. We dealt with the toilet, and we want to deal with the face basin. Sometimes there are possible leaks on your tap, and you're wondering, but why is your tap leaking? And most of the time, sometimes it's because of pressure. If you have excessive pressure and you keep tightening that handle and you're still finding that there is a drip, it could be the cause of excessive pressure. Why? When you have excessive pressure, you have to tighten or close the knob or the handle tighter, especially if you have a full turn tap or faucet. You have your faucet hot and cold, and full turn meaning that you have to use your hand and turn it several times, whereas you have those faucets that are quarter turn, just at a little shift, it closes back and forth. It closes, but for the full turns, you have to keep going 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 turns before it closes. So when you have excessive pressure, if it means that it would take 3 turns to close the tap comfortable or regularly, when you have excessive pressure, you have to turn 3.5 or 4 turns. Now, what you're doing, you are damaging the seal, the rubber seal on the inside of the valve because of that excessive or increase in turn. Okay, so be mindful And one of the way you could know if you have excessive pressure is one, the force of the water. The force of the water. When you open the tap, the flow. It is so strong. It is so powerful. And one of the way you could test it is by using a gauge. You could ask a plumber to test your water pressure and ensure that it is not, excessive. It's not too strong. And normally, maybe you just need about 60, 70 psi, but when you go in 100 above, that's too much. And that is one of the reasons why you have so many your plumbing expense can be of on the high end, because when you have high pressure or excessive pressure, it kind of bursting your pipe, toilet running, tap leaking, and all these, symptoms you could get, or even pipe vibrating. You open a tap and it's vibrating. And one of the reasons you could solve it temporarily is just open the angle valve, the little valve below, and allow the water to flow normally. But if you have high pressure and you close on it, you are restricting the flow, causing restriction of the flow that would cause the vibration. So we want to tell you, just open it a little more and you will not get it vibrating. But then you would need to put a pressure reducing valve. Okay, so I want to encourage you, if that you notice or experiencing some of these symptoms, you can ask your plumber to install a pressure reducing valve, or ask him just casually or just normally, can you test my pressure for me, so they can see how much pressure that you have coming into the plumbing installation. So we look at the tap, and one other area that could cause leak in your faucet or your basin tap, or your lavatory, is wear and tear. Things don't last. You put it there for a couple of years, and sometimes depending on the type of seal, sometimes the seal is very soft, the washer, and with excessive pressure, it would not last that long. So the seal must be of a strength or quality. It must not be so soft, because by the time you turn it, you give it the turns, it would damage the seal. So this is one of the reasons, your seal and the quality of the seal, it must not be too soft. It must be of a certain strength that when you close, it can withstand the pressure, of tightening. So that's why, again, you don't need excessive pressure, because what you do, you stretching the rubber seal, and it will finally break or tear apart or burst, So we want to tell you, be mindful of excessive pressure. And so wear and tear, after a while, these things need to change, and it's very important that you call in your plumber and do a little maintenance, do a little check, because the stitching time definitely can save more than 9. So if you maintain, you call the plumber and tell him, just do a routine check for you. Change your flappers, change your handles. Sometimes the handle is rotten, or, it needs changing. So, when you do those things, it saves you, because when you don't do those things, you have water running and toilet running, tap dripping, and it brings up your consumption, that you have to pay more for your water consumption at the end of the month. So just be mindful and always monitor your water system. So Farrell, at this time, I just want to just take a little break. Let's just give the customer on that part. Let's just give them a little knowledge of who they are listening to. And again, if you're just joining us, you're listening to D&D Plumbing and Electrical Inc. And we are located on 2 Federation Drive, Goodwill. And our numbers are 449-0542. And you can also reach us on our cell phones at 285-9643 or 616 877-505. You can also email us on ddplumbinge@gmail.com, or you can visit our Facebook page at D&D Plumbing Inc. And you also, if you're a person who is always busy, or you think you cannot make it to town and you have a material list and you want to just WhatsApp it to us, you can WhatsApp it on the 285-9643. And my staff are always looking at the phone, ensuring, that they don't miss any quotation or any list that customers making requests. So they try their best to be as prompt as possible to send the information back. And you can also, once you give us the green light to go ahead, you can pay online through our mobile banking, and we could have it packed for you and ready to pick up. So, Carol, this morning we are really pleased to have our listening audience with us this morning, and it's so good to be back. And, we will continue next week, Thursday. And I just want to thank all the listening audience, those far and wide, those locally, those are in state, and those that are out of state. Thank you so much for listening. And we just want to tell you this morning, the tip of the day: be mindful of your plumbing installation, and be mindful of how you use your fixtures, your faucets, your taps, because sometimes things get damaged, things get wear out faster based on the way. Having a vehicle and giving so many different drivers to drive that vehicle will not cause the vehicle to last the length that it should, because you have different persons driving differently, do things differently. So, so just be mindful. And if you have the knowledge of how to open it, you can pass it on to your family members, the children, especially, sometimes they can be rough, they can be a little careless. So, like we adults are more, conscious of certain things, whereas they are not. Whereas some children are very much conscious and very more mature than some of us adults, because of how we do things, differently again. So we would just want to encourage you, this morning, the tip of the day, to be mindful of your installation and your fixtures, your faucets, how you use it, and, so you can save a buck or two. All right, amen. Sarah,
Amen.
you're making me sound like I'm on the call picture. Sarah, it was really good being with you this morning. And once again, to the listening audience, it's good having you. And I want to tell you this morning, you can come down to D&D Plumbing and Electrical and get all your plumbing supplies, your valves, your pipes, your taps, your fittings, etc. You can come down to us. We are there waiting to serve you. And, Farrell, one more thing, our service is unbeatable. It's unbeatable when you come at D&D. The welcome, the warmth that you get when you come at D&D is truly unbeatable. So we want to welcome the customers and tell them to come down to D&D and get all your supplies. Farrell, good morning. Thanks again, and have a blessed day. Have a productive day. May the Lord continue to keep you on the team down at Q95.
Yes.
And to everyone listening, may the Lord bless and keep you, and have a productive day this day. Amen.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
D&D on Lower Federation
Farrell.
Drive, the
Have a good
full
one.
comprehensive
Yes, take
plumbing
care.
services,
Bye-bye.
repairs, maintenance, and
Yes,
installations. Just watch out for the green and orange building. This lady asked me, sorry sir, where's D&D Plumbing and Electricals now everybody talking about? I said, ma'am, D&D is located on 2nd Federation Drive, Goodwill, above Nagico. It's that green and orange building. D&D, we also do services and sales, general plumbing such as PVC pipes and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valves, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valve to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installations. Just watch out for the green and orange building.
And that was our friend Mr. Rabes at D&D Plumbing and Electricals and the staff over there. Keep up the great work. You're tuned in to Q95 FM, 95.1 FM on the frequency. Miss Shillingford, good morning to you. Wishing you a good one. Mr. and Mrs. Felix, good morning. Our President, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton, good morning to you. The Rodney family, special morning. This one from Jeff Joe, Natural Lady. Elle a besoin qu'on lui dise toujours je vous aime, nuit et jour, elle est belle. At 9:15 this morning, we make our stop with EMS Limited. Miss Deventis, good morning to you, aka Empress. Good morning, caller, you're live. Hello, good morning. All right, try calling back. Chaque soir au clair de lune, elle adore danser sous les étoiles. Elle a besoin de tendresse, de bonheur et de douceur. Elle prend beaucoup de plaisir à éveiller mon désir. Dans la joie du moment, je lui offre mon cœur. Bon anniversaire, bon anniversaire, good morning to Lucille Edwards. Morning to you, my friend. Very soon, we'll be speaking to our friends at EMS. My darling. Good morning to Etha Shillingford. Wishing you a blessed one. Paula, good morning.
Hello, Rishi. Good morning.
Good
and you
morning.
have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. Wishing you guys an enjoyable day today, Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Help someone today, huh? Look out for your neighbor, fellow Dominican. Spread some of that Good spirit, good energy.
I'm talking to the employer. This has got to know the best way to bring your problem the way it's got to go. Oh, Mr. Teacher, this you've got to know the best way to bring your pupils the way it's got to go. Hold on. You and no crack, no.
A special morning to our friend Miss Edwards, Marceline. Wishing you a blessed day as well. We appreciate you here on the big station, 95 FM. Matt, good morning. Good morning, caller, and welcome. Try calling back.
The meaning of salvation. I want to know.
Special morning to you. Welcome. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Richie. Thank you for the call. To have a blessed and a productive day.
Thank
And
you.
keep on doing the good job.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. That's our good friend there. The patriotic lady of the soil.
You are no bad.
Gordon Henderson, Exile 1. Ghana Paul, good morning. Good morning to the LeBlanc and Laville families. Wishing you guys a blessed day. Kadas. This one from Gramax, titled Silly Thoughts.
So many times I've let you ignore. It's not one accident. Turning in my mind, slipping in my brain. All around me, him. I wanna try to take it off my mind. Still superstitious. Love is use it. Try to take it off my mind. My soul. Forgiveness. Don't let my mind. You'll get blind. Try to take it off my mind.
Gramax, Philly Thought. Any moment now, we expect Kwesi Goring, head of sales at EMS Limited. We get to find out all the great products and promotions being offered there by the management of EMS Limited. Funky feeling. Gramax in the morning, 9:16 a.m. Let's go. Let's take a break from one of our valued clients, EMS Limited. We'll be back.
You see that light that just keep going and coming and coming and coming? That's not good for our appliances. And we cannot take it any longer. No TV, no Netflix. We cannot find our mobile phones, and the fun we have, we pack a trouble. A brand new fridge, you just buy for Granny. That blow too. Ow! Look, I just punched my toe again in the darkness. But what is that for me, now, boy? No man, it's time we do something about that. Make that switch today, Jordi man. Don't wait another moment sitting in the dark. Switch to EMS today. At EMS, our expert team will skillfully customize your solar solutions to seamlessly fit all your solar needs. With smart energy backed by certified professionals, you'll have much needed peace of mind. Now is the right time to make the switch to EMS for unlimited, uninterrupted electrical power. Hurry, visit us on our website www.emscaribbean.com or call 255-6813. Make that switch to avoid consistent power outages. As I speak, another power outage could hit, or it could be within the next 15 minutes. Hurry, make that switch to EMS.
Boy, lights go again.
You see that light that just keep going and coming and coming and coming? That's not good for our appliances, and we cannot take it any longer. No TV, no Netflix. We cannot find our mobile phones, and the fun we have, we pack a trouble. Brand new fridge, you just buy for Granny. That blow too. Ow! Look, I just punched my toe again in the darkness. But what is that for me, now, boy? No man, it's time we do something about that. Make that switch today, Jordi man. Don't wait another moment sitting in the dark. Switch to EMS today. At EMS, our expert team will skillfully customize your solar solutions to seamlessly fit all your solar needs. With smart energy backed by certified professionals, you'll have much needed peace of mind. Now is the right time to make the switch to EMS for unlimited, uninterrupted electrical power. Hurry, visit us on our website www.emscaribbean.com or call 255-6813. Make that switch to avoid consistent power outages. As I speak, another power outage could hit, or it could be within the next 15 minutes. Hurry, make that switch to EMS. You see that light that just keep going and coming and coming and going? That's not good for our appliances, and we cannot take it any longer. No TV, no Netflix. We cannot find our mobile phones, and the fun we have is a brand new fridge you just buy for Granny. That blow too. Ow! Look, I just poked my toe again in the darkness. But what is that for me now, boy? No man, it's time we do something about that. Make that switch today, Jordi man. Don't wait another moment sitting in the dark. Switch to EMS today. At EMS, our expert team will skillfully customize your solar solutions to seamlessly fit all your solar needs. With smart energy backed by certified professionals, you'll have much needed peace of mind. Now is the right time to make the switch to EMS for unlimited, uninterrupted electrical power. Hurry, visit us on our website www.emscaribbean.com or call 255-6813. Make that switch to avoid consistent power outages. As I speak, another power outage could hit, or it could be within the next 15 minutes. Hurry, make that switch to EMS.
Ophelia, Lady of Song with I Dominique. All right, we're going to be speaking with the good folks at Springfield Trading Limited shortly. Rosemary is in the house. All right, we're joined by two lovely ladies from Springfield Trading Limited here to tell us all about the excellent products available at Esmart. Let's say good morning to the ladies, Nell and Rosemary. Special morning to you guys. Welcome.
Good morning, and how are you?
Doing good.
Great. Good morning to our many listeners and our valuable customers of the mobile trucks, the wholesale department, and Esmart Supermarket, as well as Esmart Pharmacy. Also sending morning wishes out to the staff of Springfield Trading Limited and Esmart. Shout out to our sales guys who are out on the roads right now. Be safe. We appreciate you and have an awesome day. So we have Rosemary with us today who will talk to you about some of the things we have ongoing at Esmart Supermarket. But we just want to take a moment before we begin to congratulate our winners thus far from our Juices campaign. And for those of you who don't follow us on social media or you aren't aware, we have launched a brand new Juices campaign recently. Customers get the chance to shop and win a $1,000 supermarket shopping spree and also get weekly prizes ranging from $100 to $150 grocery vouchers from Esmart Supermarket. As with our promotion, you have various ways to enter. That could be WhatsApp, online, or drop boxes. So for those of you who aren't aware again, you can simply purchase any one of the qualifying products. That's Fruta, Fruitopia, when we do have it back in stock, and Cool Kids of any size, any one product, and then you submit your entry via WhatsApp at 275-3171. Number again is 275-3171. You send us a message with your first and your last name alongside a photo of the open product, clearly showing the code 786 at the top of the bottle for your chance to win. We have drop boxes in various participating retail outlets, and you can also submit your entries online. So congratulations to all weekly winners thus far. We have Dorita, Joel, Kezi, Onika, Kasai, and Tyrone. So as we mentioned, all you have to do is purchase any one of the qualifying items. So imagine you spend $2.75 on any flavor of Cool Kids, for example, and you get the chance to win. We'll be selecting our next round of winners very soon, so be sure to get your entries in. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll touch base with Rose.
Be safe and be prepared. Be a smart shopper this hurricane season. Shop at Esmart and get the essential hurricane supplies in one stop. A smart shopper will ensure his hurricane supplies include Crick's Vital Supplies, spotless bleach for purifying water and treating of mosquitoes, Oasis bottled water, lanterns, flashlights, and long-lasting Duracell batteries to power your equipment and radio. A variety of canned and preserved foods and grocery items, personal and healthcare items. The hurricane season is worry enough. Worry less. Shop smart at Esmart and ensure that you have all the supplies to weather the storm before, during, and after.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at Smart. Shop smart at Smart.
Smart. Give me some Lotto.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart. Top up flow. Smart.
Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop smart. So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at Smart. You get the best prices.
Smart at Smart.
Here's a Crick's Vital Survival Tip. Hurricane season. The hurricane season is here. Do you know what to do? Here's a hurricane tip. Stock up on emergency supplies including water, protective clothing, medication, Duracell batteries, flashlights, road maps, and always keep a full tank of gasoline. Remember to have canned food, sardines, tuna, sausages on hand, as well as Crick's Vital Supplies. 4 flavors to choose from. This tip was brought to you by Crick's Vital Supplies, so that if and when the storm arrives, you are more than prepared. Be smart and remember to stock up on Crick's Vital Supplies, distributed by Springfield Trading Limited.
And we're back with Chanel and Rosemary, Springfield Trading Limited. Welcome back.
Yes, let me just say good morning to all our customers. And guess what's happening at Esmart, your favorite supermarket? Of course, today I want to talk about our animals because our animal, that's our pets. And we have to take very good care of our pets. And I must say, in Dominica, everybody loves their pets. So we have the cats. For cats, we have a special discount on the cat food. It's 15% on all the cat food. So we have the Happy Indoor for the cats. That's the bag with 16 pounds, 16-pound bag for $142.95. I give you the price so you can write that down. And it's less 15%. We also have the 9 lives. 9 lives, very, very good for the cats. 3-pound bags, $40 for the 3-pound bags. Presently, there is 15% discount on that $40. So that's good. You're getting discount on the cat food. Of course, we have discount also on our dog food, and that's a 15%. So we have now our Paw Cat food in the bag. Paw Cat food in the bag. We have it on sale and you get 15% discount. We have the Paw Cat food that's in the can for the dogs. $7.75 less 15% discount. We have the natural recipe for the dog, and that's 4 pounds in the bag. $81.40 less 15%. That's a very, very good food for your dog. We also have potatoes and pumpkin recipe. Imagine your dog eating potato and pumpkin. You know how good that is. And it has no grain in that food. $90.80 less 15% discount. We also have the paw with 16.5 pounds in the bag. Happy Life with chicken. So that is another one. 16 pounds in the bag. Happy Life with chicken. And you also get 15% discount. Take the opportunity to get all this food for your dog. And do not forget that at Esmart, you can get everything you need to keep your dog clean, like the shampoos. And you can also get everything you need to comb their hair. And also, you can get all the bones that they need to eat. And you can get all the toys that they need to play. So we just take a short break and I'll be right back.
You got to get it true right now. Choose the one with the filter inside. Yeah.
No ordinary fruit make it into fruta. We carefully select the juiciest, fruitiest fruit.
Looking for it, yeah, you know it. You right. Filter inside.
So you get the real fruit in every fruta. Only the best get you.
Choose right. Yeah.
Crunch it, holiday cheesecake. Cheesecake got the best cheese taste. Got the taste that linger. Long live Cheese sticks, cheese sticks, holiday cheese sticks, cheese sticks, cheese sticks, holiday cheese sticks. Got the taste for the later. Long live. Crunch on holiday cheese sticks today.
And we're back.
Okay, customers, just to also let you know that at Esmart presently we have a 25% discount. Now that discount is on our 4-point lamps and flashlights. We know it's the hurricane season and we know that we have to be prepared and we have to be on time. Can't be last minute. So we thought of a way to assist our customers and put a discount of 25% on all the 4-point lamps. And the reason why I tell you the brand of the lamps is that you can go online and you can Google, you can see the quality. That is something you won't find anywhere else in Dominica but at Esmart. And I can tell you that when you buy them, they are at already reduced prices and there is a further 25% discount. You have to hurry. That is something you have to hurry to go to Esmart to ensure that you are part of that sale of 25% discount. All flashlights, all lamps. Now, some of the lamps comes with a flashlight and a lamp in the case. So just imagine the quality of the product that you are getting, less 25% discount. You need to go to Esmart and you need to get that before it's done. You don't want it done when you get to Esmart, okay? So you need to hurry. Also, you know at Esmart, that's the place that you get the best quality of batteries, Duracell batteries. And you know in the Duracell batteries, we have the AAA, we have the AA, we have the C size, and of course the D size batteries, which you can use for your radio, most lamps. And you know your AAA and your AA, you just can't do without it because you need to have batteries for your radios. And of course, you also need batteries for your TV. When you have your TV on and then you press in and nothing coming on, what you do? You know you need to change batteries. So you just need to go down to Esmart and get these batteries. What else do we have at Esmart? Well, I can tell you at Esmart, we always think of our health because we know our health is very, very important, and how we take care of ourselves is very important. And at Esmart, we think of our customers and we always ensure that we have the right products for our customers. So presently, we have fresh products. I can tell you, products that you have to go to Esmart to get. We have pomegranates. We have dragon fruits. And you can write them down, you know, because these are fruits you need. If you can't buy all one time, if it's $100, you have to go and withdraw just to go and get fruits for your health. You have to make the sacrifice. So we have kiwi. We have pears. We have grapes. And when I tell you grapes, beautiful, fresh, you just have to go to Esmart. Of course, we have large assortment of apples. Imagine so many different apples. I can't call names. It's too many to mention. So you just have to go and choose your apples. We have singles and we have 3-pound bags. Also, we have peach and we have strawberry. We have blueberry. We have raspberry. Can you think of all this? And lots more. It's so many fruits right now. You just have to go down to Esmart and make a sacrifice and buy these fruits. Also, when you go to Esmart, you know that you want to shop, you want to get some healthy vegetables. You want to get vegetables to eat. You want to get carrots. You want to get cabbage. You want to get spinach. We have fresh spinach. So you want all these things. And of course, we have beets, especially for people like me, people like you who may be suffering from high blood pressure. You know you need to get beet to make your juice. And we just have this fresh, beets. So you have to buy some beets to make your juice. So you go down to Esmart. When I call upon you to tell you that we have to take care of our health, I know what I'm talking about. I know how important it is to take care of health. So when we have all these products awaiting you, you just have to make the sacrifice and go down to Esmart. Of course, customers, we also know that presently we are in the month of August, and we know the month of August, we have to think of our children that's going back to school, and we know we have to start shopping our school books. So I just want to tell you that at Esmart, we have the largest selections in terms of back to school items. So all your exercise books, you can get them at Esmart. You can even get books per subject if you want, different books, different colors. And I must say to you that all the books at Esmart, it's 100 pages. You do not have no book that's flat. We want our children to have quality exercise books. When you buy in the books, open the books, and watch them. Watch the lines in the book. See that it is big enough my child can actually write on it. We have children that's going to preschool. What kind of pencils am I getting for my child? Of course, I need to get jumbo pencils for my child. And you will get 12. They come like 12 in a pack. Children, small children, they always lose pencils. And I know that very good because I can tell you, I'm a past preschool teacher I taught preschool for over 10 years. So I can tell you, I know about preschool children and the pencils, they will throw them away. But what? You have to get for them because that's your responsibility as a mother is to ensure that you have enough pencils for the children. But you do not want the child to be in school without a pencil. So go down to Esmart and take advantage of the opportunity to ensure that you have it for your child. Now, in terms of getting manila paper, you know that you need manila paper for the children. You know that you need the packets of papers for the children, 8.5 by 11.5. You need to get your papers. All these, you must bring a packet of paper because teachers, they're looking for extra assistance. So you have to get that. You need to get them now, or you buy them little by little because it's something we have to do and ensure that we have. In terms of markers, you need to get a large assortment of markers. You need, small ones, you need large ones, you need different colors. You need to get glue. You need all these things. So it's a lot of products that you need, but you need to get them whilst it's early and buy them little by little, as I say. But just to let you know that at Esmart, we have the largest selection and the best prices available. Now, just to remind you customers, because we want to make life easier. We know things are rough, and right now, this sun is very hot. So I don't think nobody wants to be walking in that hot sun to go and pay bills. So just to let you know that at Esmart, that's why we provide and we ensure that we get everything to ensure that our customers can shop in air condition. When you are at Esmart, you are in air condition. You are just relaxed. You don't have no problem. So you can take your time and you can pay your bills. Yes. We have Shopee, and Shopee is at Esmart. And you can take your time and shop. So when you can pay a Dawasco bill. Imagine you don't have to go up right up there in that hot sun. Pay a Dawasco bill at Esmart through Shopee. We have Digicel, or your Digicel bill can be paid right at Esmart. Of course, your Flow bills can be paid. You can pay it and enjoy looking up and down in Esmart. Enjoy feeling something good in your hand. Of course, insurance. Can you imagine? You have your insurance and you can just go at Esmart, go in the line, and you can pay for your insurance. And of course, top up, especially for our customers. Maybe you are selling and you have a business place and you are buying top up for your business place to sell. you can go to Esmart and you can purchase. All that you can do at Esmart in the line. And of course, soon and very soon, you will be able to pay courts. So not yet. We are not yet telling you can come and pay for courts bill, but I'm just telling you that's something that's coming soon. So all that you would be able to do when you come to Esmart. And just to remind you in closing that we are ideally located on the EO Liebler Highway. We are next to E.H. Charles and Company. And we are also next to Do It Center. And to tell you that at Esmart is the best place to shop. Feel free, feel cool in the air condition. And of course, you know that your trolley is always available. It's ready. You don't have to carry load. You don't have to put a bag straining yourself. You don't have to put a box on your head and walking down the streets. You just bring in your trolley right into your vehicle because you know Esmart is the place where you have all the good space to park. You actually park in through parallel lines. And of course, it is secured. Your vehicle is secured at Esmart. So you have no problems. So just to say to you customers in closing that we at Esmart, we love you, we appreciate you. And we say thank you for shopping with us at Esmart. Do not forget, customers, the card, your card. That's what put money back in your pocket. So, you know, every time that you shop, all you have to shop what? Once you reach 2,000 points, what happens? $60 come off your bill. So you must shop with the Esmart card. Ensure that you use it. It's always in your purse. It's always in your pocket. And you must come down to Esmart to make your shopping because you want that 2,000 points to accumulate quickly. And as soon as it's accumulated, of course, it starts again. So just to say to you also in closing last minute that you can go to Esmart Pharmacy. At the pharmacy, you can get everything that you need. And you are also shopping in air condition. And just to say to you customers, simple as 1, 2, 3. The prices in the pharmacy is so very good. I can tell you, my Almodipine, 1 box of Almodipine, just about 12 EC. Can you imagine the prices? Losartan, that's a medication that I cannot do without. I have to take it Losartan every day. The Losartan is only $22. And the reason why I'm telling you it's $22.25 for a box of Losartan is because I went everywhere and I can't afford to buy that Losartan. The price is so high. So you better hurry to that pharmacy. And you know that that pharmacy is a pharmacy for you to shop at and to buy the medication. Probably you do not know, but today I should tell you that that is a good pharmacy. And we thank you for always choosing Esmart. And from my heart to your heart, I really, really love you.
Pharmacy, care for the pharmacy. Come on in, we'll treat you right. Got your remedies day and night. Need your medication, we'll fill your prescription. Satisfaction guaranteed. That's my pharmacy. Call if you're on the go. Pick up on the drive-through window, in the community. That's my pharmacy. That's my pharmacy on Goodwill Road. Call 235-2328. Action guarantee. That's my pharmacy. Gotta get the truth right, yo. You got to get the truth right and get the real truth. The one with the filter inside, yeah.
No ordinary fruit make it into fruta. We carefully select the juiciest, fruitiest fruit.
Looking for your taste, yo. You know it. You try it with the best. You know it. Fruta inside.
So you get the real fruit in every sip. Fruta, only the best get juice.
Fruta, choose right, yeah.
Richard, holiday cheesesteak. Cheesesteak got the best cheese taste. Got the taste that will linger. Long live cheesesteak. Holiday cheesesteak, cheesesteak. Holiday cheesesteak. Got the taste that will linger. Long live. Crunch on holiday cheesesteaks today. I don't real café. Seu café. Seu
And these were our friends from Springfield Trading Limited, Chanel and Rosemary, the lovely Rosemary, in the morning time. It's 9:54 on a Thursday. Ophelia, hi Dominique. Good morning to Philip and Annie Louis Alexander. Alexander, good morning to you. At 10:15, we hope to join the folks at ESA Trading Limited. It's a packed morning with our many clients. The good folks at ESA Trading Limited, management and staff. We hope to hear about some of the interesting promotions and possibly new products even at very popular ESA Trading Limited supermarket. Keep locked to the big station. We're going to take a few ads, an ad break, and we'll be right back.
Life's an adventure, and we're here for it. The memories, the milestones, the vibes. At Sagicor, we're in your corner, handling the hard stuff, so you can live loud, dream big, and focus on the big picture. Life insurance isn't just about what happens someday. It's about living fully today. With Sagicor, you can get real benefits now, not just later. So go ahead, book the trip, go on that adventure, chase the dream. We've got you.
Sagicor, because life insurance is for living and your best life starts now. Visit Sagicor.com to learn more.
On behalf of Patient Choice in Ximenez Point Michelle, I'm Dr. Dale Dangaben. This is your daily educational tidbit. I want to talk about vitamin D, right? A lot of people ask me about multivitamins. Should you be taking multivitamins? Should this and this? Really, if you have a good, solid diet and you're balanced, then there's really no need for additional vitamins. But not everyone eats a proper diet, especially with all the processed foods, right? And you don't get enough essential vitamins, such as vitamin D. That's what I'm going to talk about. You need your magnesium, vitamin B12, iron, especially in young women, and zinc and folate and these things, right? So a daily multivitamin can fill the gaps, right? Especially with people with restricted diets. And I must say, for example, vegans, all right, and the elderly and heavy menstruating women and things like that, right? So it's important because multivitamin can really boost your immunity, your energy level, especially the B vitamins and iron, right? Calcium and vitamin D and magnesium really supports your bone health, right? And vitamin E and things like that helps with skin and your hair, right? So that's important. But I want to get into vitamin D real quick because I think there's a real misconception amongst us that we get sufficient vitamin D from the sun. And I think that's been misclassified and some misinformation through the years, right? The problem is melanin actually reduces vitamin D production, right? So black skinned people needs 5 times the amount of sun to produce the same amount of vitamin D, right? And remember that the 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 darker skin you are, the darker the skin you are, where you are on the equator, the sun strength, all these are important. But many people don't make enough vitamin D from the sun. And vitamin D, and this is what I want to emphasize, vitamin D deficiency is very common in black people because we have a high melanin content. And this is what I want to hear. I want people to hear, right? So you might think, well, the misconception is, oh, you're black, you have melanin, you make more vitamin D. No, that's not true. Melanin is produced by a cell in your skin called melanocytes, right? And that is what determines your skin color, right? So the darker your skin you are, the more melanin you are. And the beauty of melanin is that it's more effective in blocking UV radiation. So the bad radiation that would cause cancer and things like that, melanin in our skin blocks that. But by blocking that, right, you have a decrease in vitamin D production, right? Because you need the UV radiation to get into your skin to convert the precursor molecules of vitamin D, which I think is D3, right? To convert to vitamin D. So again, I want folks to understand this. Individuals with darker skin needs more sun exposure to produce the same amount of vitamin D, right? And because you have more melanin, you have less vitamin D production. So that's why a lot of us are vitamin D deficient. When you go to the doctor, many of us are surprised when the doctor says your vitamin D level is low because we've been taught that, oh, we're black, we produce vitamin D from the sun, but that's not true. The darker skin you are, the less vitamin D you have, right? So my take is if you feel you need a multivitamin supplement, go ahead and take it, right? It contains everything. It contains the folate, the vitamin D, it contains the zinc, it contains the vitamin Bs, all that, right? So again, that's my recommendation. And again, we need to educate each other. We have vitamins at Patient Care in Chimene F. Point Michel. Remember to check us out. This is my daily tidbit for today.
Boy, you keep happening again. Hotter than summer campaign gives you a trip on the motor plane. Let me tell you how you could win. On Sunrise Airways and let's express the feel. We hotter than summer. Buy to big disinfectant. We in a trip to Babel. Buy any size sticking. We in a trip to Antigua. Buy any size clean and white bleach. We in a trip to St. Kitts. Buy some nut ice cream. And we in a trip to Guadeloupe. Buy your frito snacks. And we in a trip to St. Martin. Buy some ginger wine. We in a trip to St. Lucia. It's hot. We hotter than summer. Fine foods hotter than summer. Path to paradise. Shop now and win. One bite it's hot. We hotter than summer. Big news, Dominica! DeWitt Center is now even closer to you with the opening of DeWitt Center Express, conveniently located on Cork Street, right next to Fresh Market. Get all your home improvement essentials fast with everything from tools and paints to home decor and more. Plus, enjoy the same great service you know and trust. Now, just a quick stop in the city. Visit us today at Do It Center Express, your partner in home improvement, now closer than ever.
Mon Dieu béni, mon chéri, grâce à l'esprit, son cœur aussi. Mon Dieu béni, notre vie ensemble, prends-nous agréable, maintenant et toujours, prends-nous aimables. Arrive, mon Dieu, je sais très bien, ce n'est pas tout ma vie. Et pas tout vanter non plus. Garde-nous, mon Dieu, car tu es bon. Aujourd'hui, comme nous, comme nous, comme nous marions. Je sais très bien, c'est pas tout malheur, ni pas tout bonté non plus. Garde-nous, mon Dieu, car tu es bon. Aujourd'hui, comme nous, comme nous, comme nous marions. Aujourd'hui, comme nous, comme nous, comme nous marions.
I just meet Goldwyn in Roseau again. Same place outside Flossie's. I tried to dock in, but he had time see me. Well, story start again. Million, lot of my power with us, huh? Saga fella, I said the same thing you doing, shopping at Flossie's. And you don't have to tell me the same thing you tell me last time because I'm busy. It's to hear him way. You reckon? About my pocket, yeah. I won't tell you that I save money in food and drinks when I buy quantity. I save more. Oh, shucks, man. Well, when you're still telling me, I know already. To pack a spetting way. But I can up pepper palais. I will tell all my friends from London, US and Dominica to come to Floss's. Right next to the Rosa Market. Open Sunday to Saturday. Floss's can't do it to you.
Ah, boy. This one from Andrew Bellany Bird, Coco Dominic Du. Very soon we'll be joining the representatives for ESA Trading Limited, Franklin Peter Moses, Leroy Wadeko Chow. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Richie. I just calling to wish you a wonderful day and for thanking you for playing my favorite song by Ophelia, Saki played it to you. Richie, I believe that song should be the sing song on every program we have on Q95 and every program because, and if Ophelia would give me the permission, I would change one line from Saki Vledetwil to Saki Kadetwil because at this point Dominica is being decimated, Richie, and we need all our knights in shining armor to come to the rescue. So I'm calling on every Dominican to put on their armor, their shield, their breastplate, their helmet, and whenever they get the call, whenever we get the opportunity to come and rescue Dominica, please, you can ditch with Dominica. Thank you, Richie.
Thank you, thank you. Bonne journée, huh? Morning to Leroy Shillingford. Maximum respect, brother. Ashil Joseph, good morning. Morning, caller, and
Call
welcome.
you to tell you thank you for playing this song of Ophelia. I just love this lady. And Richie, thanks also playing our local music. We need to do a little more of that of our local entertainers. Thank you, Richie.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I do my best to represent what is ours. Cada Slipso, Calypso, Bouillon. Yeah, man. Gospel music as well. This one from Andrew Bellany Bird.
I could let it do. What I need to do. You love you. You go you. Go dominate you.
Good morning to David Joseph. Enjoying the music. Good morning to Mr. Lloyd. What a time to be alive. Our friend and ambassador Leroy Wadiko Charles is in the building. The legend Franklin Peter Moses is also here, getting himself ready as we talk all things ESA Trading Limited for a few minutes. The hot seat program sponsored by the wonderful folks from Courts Dominica and Flo Dominica. Bells Combo, Music Anu. Sing the thing, woy woy. Celebrating 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. Good morning to excellent management and staff at Discover Dominica Authority. A job well done. Bells Combo in the morning time. It's 10:15 a.m. Guess what? It's time for ESA Trading Limited.
Going green isn't always easy, especially when options are limited. But at ESA Trading Limited, we're changing that just for you. We're proud to offer sustainable solutions that help you make a real impact, one small step at a time. Say goodbye to styrofoam and hello to our compostable clamshells, trays, and baggage products, the perfect eco-friendly upgrade for your takeout packaging. Because great food deserves a great container, and ours are sturdy, stylish, and earth-friendly. We've got it all. Clamshell bowls and lids, cake plates, corks, round containers, forks, spoons, even free compartment meal boxes, all made from renewable materials like wheat straw, sugarcane baggers, and PLA. Our compostable containers break down in commercial composting facilities, helping reduce waste while keeping your food fresh and your conscience clear. Join the movement. Make the switch. Visit us today at Kennedy Avenue and the Bayfront for all your biodegradable packaging needs. At ESA Trading Limited, we're making a difference for you and the planet.
It's time for you Dominicans to show your pride. Bells Combo with true pride. Well, we're gonna introduce our special guests, our representatives representing ESA Trading Limited at this time. No stranger to the media. We're talking two powerhouses, Leroy Waddix Charles and Franklin Peter Moses. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, FMS Kaula.
Boy, I feel happy. I feeling satisfied. I feeling yes, this morning is worth listening to.
Why?
Yeah, so when I tell you price, as I walking up the step, so price rolling down.
rolling down.
As they're going up, the surprise is coming down.
But before that, we just want to welcome our listeners and viewers. By the way, we know live as on Facebook. So we can maintain no live as on Facebook.
Yeah, it's called ESA Live.
ESA Live. it's alive or ESA Live.
It's both of them.
It's alive.
Both of them.
Okay, but we have some sad news, and that's because our deepest sympathies and condolences to 2 staff members. We extend sincere condolences to Lena Nicholas, who lost her sister yesterday, and Celia Aline, who lost her brother the day before. And we pray that the Almighty God will strengthen them.
Yes.
And may they find comfort in quiet, healing in memory, and peace in the power of love.
Yeah.
That's coming from all of us at ESA Trading, from the manager, Mr. Isa himself.
Yes.
And Greta, who is not at work at this time, and Mrs. Hunter, Tracy upstairs,
Tracy, yes.
Everyone downstairs and upstairs and in everywhere section, toute carte section. By the way, are you aware ESA is going to open a brand new facility at Checkall?
That's massive.
Where else used to be?
That is going to be like the Dominica's first mall.
First mall.
Official mall.
ESA mall.
You're living anywhere in where you live outside of town and you find yourself there. It's a complete one-stop. You can chill, relax. You go on the beach, you come back and you get stuff upstairs, downstairs, kitchens.
But we want to remind you, we have quite a bit of stock. As a matter of fact, we got several containers. FM, container, Is anywhere coming container with the money? I'm happy because we got several rebates on the budget, and they say, oh, Papa, tout bagay nod.
Yeah, they have container inside of container.
You see, a lot of form is similar, but we want to remind you that the Champion pasta products are now available at $4.25. We have the elbows, we have the shells, we have the mini mac, the twirls, and also the bow ties. We also have the spaghetti. That's You have the spaghetti for $5.25, macaroni for $5.25, and the chow mein, that's the pasta. Some folks just simply love their pasta. Only at this are the best price guaranteed, only $6.50. We also have back in stock for you your teas, your cocoa tea, your ice pop, your frozen joys. We have the custard powder in all sizes, 85 grams, 200 grams, and also 800 grams, the small packets of custard. You can't go wrong with that. Also back in stock pour saison, messieurs, mesdames, vous les saisonner, manger ou pas ni pour problème, messieurs. We have the fish seasoning, we have the chicken seasoning, we have the ground paprika seasoning, we have the ground powdered black pepper, we also have the ground cinnamon, and guess what? The greatest of them all, the one I simply love, frankly, the ground turmeric. We also have back in stock the indie curry powder. And guess what? 85 grams for only $2.65. Tons are $2.65. Less than $2.66, $2.65. We also have the 200 grams, a little bigger, and that's only at $5.20. And freshen up the breath.
Yes.
What it means, what it well, back in stock. We have the Chico sweets, and you can get the whole bag for if you have a shop. If you have a vendor, you're one of those, you plan to go around breakfast fete or World Curl Festival, and you want to sell your little mince, well, we have the ginger mints, we also have the Chico sweets, we have the tropical flavor, and that is all types of flavors in one bag. And then we have the dinner mint, we have the extreme attic, and we have the menthol mix. ESA Trading #1 in mints. Franklin Moses, Ugamute. As you go up, so the price going down.
Oh yes, like a elevator. And as I get upstairs, I put on my jacket, I put on my tie, I put on my shoes. I have my lady bring me some nice coffee or some mint tea from downstairs. I put my foot up, I roll up my socks, and then I say, come. I take up my remote control and I put on my LG Smart television or my Samsung. I have one in the living room, that's the LG. When I go in the corner by the kitchen area, I have a nice Samsung, and in the bathroom when I want to, I have the Milexus, the different brands. Now in that case, that one is a 65-inch, and in between the others over there. But that one there, the 43-inch, so you can get between 43-inch and 65-inch. No, I like to watch the documentaries. My son, he like to watch Netflix. My other daughter like to watch HBO.
My mom say Young and Restless.
Oh, okay, yes.
Makaki the Young and Restless. What?
Yes. So,
Why?
yes, because right now I watch all of them. I get Young and Breathless. So I just watch. So I saw Little Breathless. So when I want to calm down, I'm making sure that I turn on, I go to HBO after that. Then I watch CNN, I watch news. All of that, I get exceptional, crystal clear, digital, smart quality only at ESA Trading. And all of them lay on the wall. And one, it just a Western, you only watch Western cricket. Even if Western is losing, the TV you're watching, making Western win. And you can only get that. That's why the TV is so smart. And the smart TV, the alignment and the arrangement and the availability, and it's just pocket friendly for you. And the prices range from $1,800. That's why it's one. When I say $1,800, that's in English. In cash, it's $1,008, but in English, it's $1,800. And if you want $3,500, we say $3,500. Yeah, and the crisp digital rainbow movie, and you can watch all your sports and everything else. Now, when you want, I go back to Wadex and I come back and tell you about all the tools. Now, all real men have real tools.
That's what depuis madame a quitté moi fort. Depuis madame a quitté moi, c'est moi celle qui ne vous nettoyer case là. When is I would like to clean my room. I would like to clean my house, Mr. Madam, and all of you may have friends coming over for the breakfast fete of a World Creole Music Festival. Et bien, c'est là nous for Mr. Madam, we have cleaning. Et puis cleaning, nous can nettoyer tout coin à côté caillou, messieurs, mesdames. We also have the mops, non les mops qui can tout net tout on, messieurs, mesdames. Nous dit toute qualité mop pour ça. Yon a bagay pour toilette là, regardez. Les caca fouka. Les caca ça cholo logani fouka, messieurs, mesdames. Tanola. Non là c'est happy toilet.
Oh oui.
Happy toilet bowl cleaner, regardez. Si vous pissez, regardez, laissez aller passer à vous pisser, puis c'est quand vous retournez.
Oui. Avec qui était off fragrance.
Off fragrance, c'est ça qui plaît, regardez. Et bien, les fois, toilette, les l'odeur, ti bagay, mais ça quand refresher tout bagay.
Women.
Watan bouk la, vous m'avez regardé, là, vous flush, c'est différent, mais là, vous flush, mais happy. $10, Mr. Madam. Happy bowl cleaner in your belty, Lord, they can sorti, Mr. Madam.
Because when you eat, you have to Franklin, don't use the word on the radio.
No. When you're done meeting la pour cuisine, vous savez c'est monde là qui ces femmes là aiment bon bagay les à la cuisine yo.
Yes.
And the ladies do not want any children, they don't want husband, they don't want no one around them. And when you say they start to clean, they start to clean. When you say they start to wash, they start to wash. Me say that I have something from the Sapolio kitchen.
Oh, that's the champion.
One is spray bagay, one is spray, one is nettoyer, one is spray. Sapolio gale tout coin, me say madame tout croisse. Tout gouette, et gagne tirer ça, messieurs, mesdames. Non, là, c'est Sapolio, messieurs, mesdames. Those days, you want a little energy, mon fatigué, so they like, franchement, et bien, so like, if the sun is closer to the earth now?
Yes, are we closer to the sun?
Are we closer to the sun? Global warming,
global warning.
So they like, tout côté qu'à switcher sur la ça va, problème. Nous n'est pas obsessionnels pour ça ou ça. Mais donc, si vous avez une énergie, on dit bagaille pour faire en forme. Vous comprenez, nous avons energy drink, messieurs, mesdames. Ça qui nous a Rider Hard Wine, ça c'est pour Richie. Vous avez un petit bagaille pour faire vous sentir bien. Là, vous levez le matin, vous sentir un petit fatigué, comme si le bagaille a pas ou rêver bad dreams. Eh bien, vous va mettre un petit, non là c'est de Rider Hard Wine. Et vous appelez ça, messieurs, mesdames, nous de toute qualité d'hiver pour faire mon sentir bien, messieurs. And we also have a special, very important special, and that's for bakers, that's for people cooking, and that's also people for making cakes and pastries. We have the golden cream margarine, Makadeo. Mamma mia! Free of trans fat, no refrigeration required in case you open a fridge. Red. On your tea box et puis nettoie la glace, pas de problème, et puis margarine ça. C'est ça qui est margarine. Look at what upstairs.
Women, with upstairs, the first thing I have to say is that every man needs a tool. A good tool.
Very good tool.
A working tool. A long-lasting tool. A tool that's friendly in your pocket but gets the work done. No, from upstairs to downstairs to kitchen salad, every man needs a tool. Now, the name of the tool, the brand name is Ronix. It's the premium quality.
Ronix.
Ronix.
C'est où c'est pas Wadix là? C'est Ronix.
C'est Fouet Wadix.
C'est Fouet Wadix.
Oui.
C'est CC Wadix. C'est cousin Wadix. Voilà, c'est encore
Ronix. Yes, so tools, more tools. Okay, you have the tools variety, you have the power source. Okay. And then you have the mixer for the concrete. You have the handheld portable. In other words, if you're inside your house and you want to patch up maybe a couple tiles and some little thing that come out, you don't have to go outside, get a shovel, get a big concrete mixer, you stay inside electric, you plug that in there, and you just okay, don't put alcohol water. Nice, good. And you paste it nice. No, nobody has to know your business. Okay, so we have the mixer, we have the concrete handheld, portable, electric for inside or outside for small jobs. You don't have to go and call the neighbor, call the hire man to come and he tell you come in at 4, he don't come until next week and so on. And you will climb out, see people come in your house, they see a big hole in your window and you say your cat for you down and so on. You do that. Additionally, they've got the long nose pliers, they've got the bolt cutters, they've got the bits. At ESA Trading, you get the screwdriver sets, the spanner sets, they also the spirit levels. And all these other little tools, also the variety of cordless. In other words, apart from the electrical connection that you have to the electricity, you have the cordless one. So you have to say, but okay, pull the rope for me. I want more rope. So, okay, let's pass the cordless. And you go, even the cord members, you trip, you fall down, you then just come out and you can't find it. Your glasses break, you looking, you touching, you know. So in that trading, they will think of all those things for you.
So I do this.
Okay, you got this in the book.
I do this. Nous t'as moun ka goume pou glou. Quand t'as moun ka goume pou glou, c'est nous là, c'est un blague. Comment j'aime t'as moun ka, il s'est t'as moun ka goume pou glou. T'as moun qui tellement glou moun ka goume pou glou, so nous décidé de mettre mountain top water pour sauver si.
On the top of the mountain.
At ESA Trading, moun ka goume pou glou, ma sa pourquoi? So nous amène mountain top water for you, Mr. Madam. And we have in the 1.5 liter, and you have 2 Cante Glow, PT go in the middle, and we took Cante Glow, Mr. Madam. And coming soon, a wide range of wines, jerry can of wine, we took ça, Mr. Madam. Et puis, ça c'est bagaille la même. Où ça va présenter toute maman, toute papa, c'est bagaille stationery.
Yes.
Stationery. Où ça qui stationery FM?
Yeah, a station that there's nary.
No, back to school stationery is what.
That one. Oh yeah, man, near patch of that. Yeah, from
stationery.
A station.
All your back to school items. Visit us at ESA Trading. We see with an exercise book as low as $1.25. Can you recall the exercise book with the Dominica map?
Yeah.
Not that one, but something close to that.
You call it can pad.
Can pad. Half. Give you half. One for all, or you have one all kinds of work.
Yes. Arithmetic.
Yes.
Comprehension. Social studies. Yes, and those little connections in there.
And then that's some with the thing behind.
The tables, the table, 11 ones are 11, 11 twos are 22, 11 threes are 43, 11 fours are 44, 11 fives.
It's 12 12s.
Yeah, 12 12s are 24.
Okay, well, these are all kind of. As a matter of fact, we have the exercise book as low as $1.25. The black and white hardcover.
Oh yes,
yes. This is the international.
You have your name on the top.
You can put it in a section where you can put your name and subject, and no one cannot munbasa volaces black and white hardcover, and we also have the soft cover. No, let's see the soft cover, the hardcover, and we also have the flag hardcover, and you have the sports. Some children they like basketball, they like football. Well, we brought the sports hardcover and the assorted colors. Where Bagadi will say, pass l'école ce jour-là, c'est ou pas les pen.
Oh yes.
Before can recall slate, it then is slate.
Slate pencil, yes.
Then is slate.
Oh yeah, that was dangerous when we used to do that. But
you know what slate?
Yeah,
what got slate?
What teacher Rosemary?
Teacher Rosemary. And Richie, what got slate? You go to school with slate? What is that slate, Richie? Well, he didn't
when we had the slate and you didn't have nothing to take you to wipe out what you write with a slate pencil, scratch out that tongue. And that's a tongue when you wipe that and all the thing come out. Yeah, but those days.
One day, the stationery.
It's like granite. It's like a granite thing, right? Imagine, and It is made of it is made of lead, you know.
Ink.
No ink. And when you pass it on that, it is a two-sided U, but you get accustomed to that.
Sometimes you have to pass a sandpaper. Those days, Issa and everybody else changed that. So we have black pen, yellow pen, red pen, single pen. We have pen in boxes of 50. And guess what? 50-cent each pen. We have pencils, we have erasers, we have sharpener, we have tape, we have stapling machine. And the greatest of them all, in the little box, they used to make it in little plastic, in the little tin. What is that, Franklin Moses?
It is
in the tin, the little flat tin. Geometry set. Those days they call it the mathematical set, and you have geometry set, and you cannot go to school without your geometry set.
But I forget the names of the little components.
You have a ruler,
the divisor.
You have one with
the circular.
What is the one when you put?
You put it. You chuck it in the middle, and you go left.
And you put that.
Make it exact circle or semicircle.
Richie, you know that. Richie didn't go to school with that. The one with the circumference.
Yeah.
You would make a circle. Yeah. Geometry set. We also have the pencil case, filler, paper. And we have upsell, and then we go to the closing section.
Well, I see more men are coming there. More men are coming here because real men know where to get real prices. With price ranging so affordable, every working man should be well aware that if you want circular saws, ESA Trading. You want cut-off saws, ESA Trading. You want equipment that professionally and resourcefully available at reasonable pocket-friendly prices. That's ESA Trading. For your water pumps and your pliers and your adjustable wrenches and spanner sets and trowels and hammers, it's ESA Trading. Your cordless drills, your set drills, your drill bits, your screwdrivers, it's ESA Trading. Your electrical hoist. Now, you may want to lift some equipment or a load, heavy load. It may be inside your house and maybe you're alone there. No, you get that electrical hoist to plug it into your electricity inside or outside, and it's exceptionally convenient. You lift up any heavy load without have to go buy Joel and buy your cataplan and put in your waist or put in your chest, so all of that is available. So you have to be careful when you do that. So whether you're working heavy construction and industrial construction, you want your mixer for your concrete, and you want your bolt cutters and your screwdriver sets. If you're an electrician, if you're a mechanic, even if you're a carpenter, you have all of those. Or a plumber. It's essentially electrician, whatever is your skill set, and you're a tradesman. You have one-stop shop at ESA Trading. Come upstairs, join me upstairs, and all the rest of the staff. And they'd be happy to help you, especially if you ask for Arlington, and the rest of the ladies upstairs who are doing all of the setting and making sure that everything is aesthetically perfect for you at ESA Trading upstairs.
And the nice thing about this, apart from all kind of groceries, you also have clothing section. Vous savez, c'est tout le monde là, il y a des vestes. Eh bien, nous, les vestes, c'est tout le monde là, toute qualité coulée, messieurs, mesdames, for $4.50, toute qualité vestes pour toddler, pour petit mamai, pour petit bois, messieurs, mesdames, toute qualité vestes, messieurs, mesdames, vest for your kids. And we also have vest for Guamun, messieurs, mesdames. And listen to that. Premium quality underwear. Excellent stretch. Ça, ça m'aime pour. Ça, c'est pas canson. C'est tout là, ça me canson. Ça finit.
No.
When you hear premium quality underwear, excellent stretch, ça, ça break that down.
All I can say is, it's a secret.
ESA secret.
You need Victoria. You know what I'm saying. ESA, come and get your ESA secrets.
ESA secret, Occasion de canson, ça qui canson, occasion de canson.
Yeah, canson, but I used to have a canson, but you see the elastic was so tight around my waist. But once I take that, I'm feeling like nice. But most of all, all my little children didn't live on like pygmy, like they didn't grow because they just tight on the well.
Pas ça seulement, mais canson avant Atalota, pas t'es fini.
No. That's durable.
Let me do question. You know what is a cancer? What's a cancer? Let me see if the elastic what to do?
No, you have to
put more elastic.
Put more elastic on that.
There's a elastic, overstretch. You throw it. Not before. No. But then it's especially if you resemble my grandmother, more elastic.
That's a bite your waist.
How they to wash before? How they to wash before? Chocho. How they to wash before Chocho? Zaki Chocho. Don't say something, Jojo. Jojo, that's all. Jojo.
Yeah.
By
the river, yeah.
By the river, man.
Yeah.
By the river.
I'm gonna finish you doing cluck, you have
squeaks.
I
didn't have a technique to make it say squeaks.
Yeah.
But the young people will not
they
know
don't
about that. The young people have all kind of machine. Back to ESA Trading, we have polo shirts and we have polo shirts all working and sports uniforms. We see them. You have a team or you have some groups or you need some polo shirts for as uniforms for your various departments. Well, it's at the for we have some small, we have extra large, we have yellow, we have blue, we have purple, we have white, orange, pink, green, red, gray, and the world's famous khaki FM stereo. Look at Muti upstairs for the last time.
Go for the last time. So let's remind you, as we move to the left, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you once again a variety of televisions. When you hear LG, somebody asked me about, all the time I hear LG on the radio, I hear them talking about LG on television, I hear them talking about LG on advertising all over the world. Guess what? ESA Trading has it. And we found out the name from ESA Trading. LG means life's good. That's what LG means. Now, Samsung, what does Samsung mean? Well, Sam has a son, and his son name is Sam. And the father name is Sam. That is Samsung. And yeah, I mean, after all, they're related. And then I've got the other televisions. Now, you can get them from anywhere from 40, 43, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 inches. And they're smart television. They're so smart. And they're so crisp, they're so color oriented, they're rainbow colors, they're digital, and they work perfectly for you. You can watch all of your favorite programs on television, whether it's news, you want your news bar, you want to know what's happening, updates, headlines, from headlines to deadlines. You get that available. You get the great variety that's available. You also get your sports, your up-to-date sports results and scores, your documentaries, learn some new things. You get your series from Netflix, you're from HBO, from Cinemax, and for all of your favorite channels that you get the right television, the smart one that's able to record your programs when you're not there to just inform you. And of course, in the Ronix Premium Tool Quality, Ronix, remember the name, Ronix Premium Tool Quality for everything. Every man needs tools, and the tools are available right now at ESA Trading, a great variety. Mixers for concrete handheld mixers for inside, outside. You got the rotary, the drill bits. We've got the bolt cutters, the screwdriver sets, the spanner sets, the spirit levels, all types of a great variety of bits. And the running kits, we've got the circular saws, the cutting saws, the cut-off saws, the equipment, the professional quality, pocket-friendly prices, water pumps, pliers, adjustable wrenches, spanner sets, trowels, hammers, electrical house of the great variety, exceptional convenience and quality.
Pani pas problème, FM stereo kono ka terminer monsieur mesdames, breakfast fait ka venir bi nou ni toute qualité boire monsieur boisson, nous have bangs ginger wine monsieur nou ni bangs sherry brandy. Pour ces monde là qui ka boire monsieur mesdames, toute qualité bangs c'est bi SM1, toute qualité wom si vous avez wom monsieur pour faire sati bien nous ni ça. Si vous avez wom pour faire tibicher nous ni ça. Si vous avez wom qui ka faire brûler nous ni ça monsieur mesdames, animé pour XM rum. We also have the Banks Extra White Rum, and we have the Banks Pineapple, and the final is the mosquito season. It was mosquito season FM stereo. Mangue. Morgadeo. C'est là nous formons ces mesdames. You can get your citronella candles only for $4.50. You can get your citronella. Citronella say mola. Citronella.
Yeah.
Ring diffuser. We have the citronella increase sticks. We have the max strength citronella patches. Habite vous animé à Sushimizu.
Oui.
Ça bon. Les moustiques, les mangues, c'est gagné fouka.
Ok.
Gagné fouka l'autre côté. Si vous souffrez, gagné aller tout carré. Vous comprenez?
Ça avec un remote control.
After all, you have the citro as the world's. We have the repellent also. No ni bagay pour timoun aussi vous avez.
Timoun.
Ti bébé. Moustique yo pas ça bat koyo.
Oh yes.
Nous ni bagay pour ça, mais c'est nous ni médicaments pour ça, messieurs mesdames. But we have to remind you before we leave about our loyalty card.
Most definitely. If you heard about LG, we also have LC. And remember to apply for your loyalty card. Check the supervisor at the front desk that it is done one time. One time you get your loyalty card. Now your loyalty card works every time you purchase and you purchase you give the cashier your card. They scan it before payment. Every item is equal to 1 point. When you reach 500 points, you receive 15. Not some people give you 5, some people give you 10. At ESA Trading, we top it off. We give you the best. We give you 15% off your purchase, and then it starts again. And so the more that you shop, the more that you save. ESA Trading Limited. And at this point in time, we just want to calm down the moment and remember the contribution and the service and the kindness and the professionalism of our staff there, and recognizing and sympathizing, sending management sympathy to Lena Nicholas on the passing of your sister yesterday, and Celia Allen lost your brother the day before. So the prayer that the Almighty God will strengthen you and find you comfort in quiet, healing in memory, and peace in the power of love.
No live body, Franklin. No live body. Richie,
we
can we go, Richie? No live body. C'est fini? C'est terminé?
Well, we have a couple bottles to celebrate that. We have to go and get some bottles. We want people to come because we have a couple of TVs there, well connected. In fact, we package it already. So just come and pay for it and bring it home. Yeah, the tools are packed. We pack already. Just come pay for it, bring it home.
What about the groceries?
The groceries, well, that's your department. Papa.
So you just come for the groceries and take it?
Yeah. Just come in, get your trolley, just go, Papa, because you know, supposed to know where just aisle 1, you know what to get. Aisle 2, you know what to get. Aisle 3, aisle 4.
With a little currency, with the why is the queen face still on the document and on the king face? Because that's another story for another time. Next week. That's it on ESA Trading for another week.
I think I have part of the answer.
Part of the answer.
Yeah, before when it was the queen, you get a queen side, but I think now it's the king, supposed to get a king side discount.
A king size.
Going green isn't always easy, especially when options are limited. But at ESA Trading Limited, we're changing that just for you. We're proud to offer sustainable solutions that help you make a real impact, one small step at a time. Say goodbye to styrofoam and hello to our compostable clamshells, trays, and baggers products, the perfect eco-friendly upgrade for your takeout packaging. Because great food deserves a great container, and ours are sturdy, stylish, and earth-friendly. We've got it all. Clamshell bowls and leaves, cake plates, corks, round containers, forks, spoons, even free compartment meal boxes, all made from renewable materials like wheat straw, sugarcane baggers, and PLA. Our compostable containers break down in commercial composting facilities, helping reduce waste while keeping your food fresh and your conscience clear. Join the movement. Make the switch. Visit us today at Kennedy Avenue and the Bayfront for all your biodegradable packaging needs. At ESA Trading Limited, we're making a difference for you and the planet.
Carry Festa is sound and movement. Carry Festa is soca and bouillon, ska and spooge, reggae and dancehall, kaiso, zouk and ring bang, compa, rumba and rakatuk. The rhythms of the region, made with love and pure Caribbean energy. Come for Carry Festa 15 in Barbados. Book your stay now at visitbarbados.org/Carry Festa.
All right, and we're back. We just spoke with the representatives for ESA Trading Limited at this time. It was in the persons of Leroy Wadix Charles and Franklin Peter Moses. And now we move on. This song from Examples, titled My Country. But as promised earlier in the program, we would be speaking with honored guest. This man has served the country for decades in various positions of foreign affairs, and he has not stopped representing us on the highest level. Ladies and gentlemen, former ambassador of Dominica to the United Nations, Crispin Gregoire. Mr. Gregoire, welcome to the hot seat.
Yes, good morning, Richie. Good morning to your listeners. It's an honor to be on your program this morning.
I'm so very, very happy to have you on the program. As usual, I know you're very busy. I do have, well, we know what we're going to talk about. I should just give a little preamble. We'll be speaking on this bond proposal being brought up by the United States, somewhat of a pilot program for some 12 months, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the slight increase there. Generally of the U.S. visa application to 250 U.S. dollars, Ambassador. Also, I have some general questions which just came up to me. I think I'll ask you later in the program.
Yes.
Uh, but let's begin. I have some notes. I just want to, I like to create the context for our listeners. So I have some notes as it relates to this, this US visa bond proposal. And I want to look at the potential impact on our region as Caribbean citizens. So, the United States State Department has announced a pilot program requiring certain business and tourist visa applicants to post a bond of 5,000, anywhere between 5,000 to 15,000. So, this is based on conditions, it appears. The purpose of the U.S. visa bond proposal is aimed at reducing visa overstays and addressing concerns about weak internal document security in some countries. It targets these types of travelers, mainly nationals from countries with high visa overstay rates or deficient document systems. There are some exemptions I found out. Travelers from countries in the visa waiver program, these are countries, I believe, ambassador from Europe and parts of Asia. These countries are supposed to be exempt from this. The implementation timeline for the U.S. visa bond proposal program. This is supposed to begin 15 days after the publication in the Federal Register. The list, that is the list of the affected countries, which will be published at that time. The potential Caribbean impact, I believe, includes due to high overstay rates and citizenship by investment programs seen by the U.S. as security risks. So, Caribbean nations may be included on this list, they're saying, due to that, due to high overstay rates and citizenship by investment programs security risks. If included, travel to the US may become financially burdensome, especially to a lot of members in our region, a lot of citizens from the Caribbean region, um, mainly low income travelers. The social consequence, as well as the economic consequence, this could impact tourism. We know the Caribbean is heavily dependent on tourism, ambassador, as well as family visits. Persons who would normally just, take a trip to visit their family, small business travel, student exchanges, and cultural programs. It also may disrupt diaspora connections and regional mobility. The policy context, I was told this is part of a broader US immigration strategy from the Donald Trump administration, tightening immigration in the US. It includes mandatory in-person interviews for visa renewal. So this is no longer optional. Um, it also it also mandates passport requirements for diversity visa lottery. So these are just some of the facts regarding this U.S. bond proposal, Ambassador. Uh, I just wanted to get your general views on this.
Yes. Well, you rightly stated that this pilot program, which the State Department is going to embark upon, has the first step has already happened, which is the publication of that policy that's coming up in the Federal Register.
Yeah.
So, and as you mentioned, in 15 days after it's published in the Federal Register, then it becomes it takes effect. Now, the focus is on people who are overstaying their visas. The US wants to begin to punish people who overstay their visas. A large number of people in the United States who are undocumented. I don't like to use the word illegal alien. Undocumented immigrants or undocumented workers in the US. The US has had a serious problem over the last 30 years with a lot of people who overstay their visas, and so you have a large number of undocumented aliens in the US. Now, a lot of people from those visa waiver countries that you mentioned, Richie, these are largely European countries and countries like Japan and Korea and Australia, which are part of that. They don't need a visa to come to the US for 90 days. So a lot of people they come and then they overstay their visas. And one of the things that is not well known, a large number of these undocumented people in the US are Europeans. They're not from the developing world. And but they're able to survive because most of them are white. They're Caucasian people. They blend in. Until they talk, you won't know that they have an accent and they're not American. So you have that problem. And I think that the larger problem in the US is the failure of the US Congress. The House of Representatives and the US Senate have simply not showed any kind of political will to deal with this problem of immigration in the United States. And it's a very, very important question, Richie, because America is a country where the birth rate has declined significantly. American families don't have many children. They have maybe 1 or 2 children. So what is happening is that the birth rate is falling and the number of aged people is increasing. So the baby boom that happened after World War II when the soldiers returned, these people have now reached retirement age. So you have a bulge in the population that's retired. And America will need workers. I just don't understand this policy of deportation. It is not going to help the United States. But who am I to tell the Trump administration that? They will find out in time. Maybe Mr. Trump, President Trump, will be long gone when they'll realize they made a serious error to deport all of these people. The question is, who's going to pick the apples? Who's going to pick the broccoli? Who is going to work on the farms? Who's working construction? Who's working in the hotels? These are immigrants, people who came here. Some of them are undocumented, but they need them. These people are needed. And I think President Reagan in the 1980s, he did a comprehensive immigration policy, and they gave amnesty to all the people who were undocumented. And I think we are back at that point. America must give amnesty to the people who are undocumented. You simply cannot deport 12 to 15 million people. So coming to this policy now, who is it going to affect? This bond, you mentioned $5,000 bond may be required for you to get a visa to go to the US. If you had overstayed before, or if your country has a high rate of overstays. When I look at the Caribbean as a society sending people to the United States, the 2 countries that have the highest overstay rates is Haiti, followed by Jamaica. So these 2 countries are likely to be placed on that list. For now, I don't think that a country like Dominica has high overstay rates. We do have some overstay people, yes, but our numbers are still small. When I looked at the other islands, I saw that St. Vincent had a higher overstay rate than Dominica and the other islands. So you have maybe St. Vincent becomes the 3rd country that has the highest number of overstays. Let me say that all of the islands do have people who overstay, but the numbers might not be as high as, let us say, a Jamaica or Haiti. So I can comfortably infer that Jamaica and Haiti will face that bond policy that is being suggested by the Department of State. It's no longer a suggestion. It's going to be in effect in 15 days from Monday that just passed. Now, the other thing that is of importance to us across the region and across the world,
Yeah.
the increase in fees, in visa fees. I believe that now the fees is about $150, but it's going to be raised to $250. So that's $100 increase.
Yeah.
Now, Richie, one of the things that is a real concern is that we are charged visa fees, but Americans can come to Dominica without a visa. Now, what the African countries do is whichever country requires a visa of their people, they will require a visa of them.
Correct.
And maybe that is the route we might have to go, but that may affect our tourism because
Tourism.
Americans don't like to pay, they don't like to get visas because they're used to going across the world without visa requirement. But it's not a great thing for what is coming because it will make it very difficult to get a visa going to the US. I can tell you that the rejection rates at the US embassies around the world is on the increase. So you're going to see more people rejected when they apply for a visa to the US. And I believe that's happening in Barbados right now as we speak. So the rate of rejection for visa applicants is on the increase to the United States.
I mean, you can see how this is going to reshape our relations with the U.S. Not just Dominica, but from a Caribbean perspective, we're talking a possible shift in geopolitics, Ambassador.
Oh, there's definitely a shift, and the major reason for that shift is the growing and rapid increase of the presence of the Chinese in our region. As you know, in the CARICOM, we have 14 states, well, 14 countries that are independent states. That is minus, does not include Cuba and the Dominican Republic. But in the CARICOM, we have 14 countries, and these countries have a close relationship with the U.S. That is where most of our immigrants are. The majority right now, we have a large block of immigrants in England and some in Canada. It will be going forward. I see great competition between the Chinese and the Americans in the Caribbean. And the American administration under President Donald Trump have said that they will counter China in the region. Dominica stands to be one of the places with a very large Chinese presence, largely because of the airport that is under construction. But that reality is across the region. Now we have, of the 14 countries, you have 9 countries have relations. They have accepted the one China policy, and 5 countries are with Taiwan. So we're going to see an increased presence, and the US is basically saying, look, we want the Chinese to reduce their presence in the Caribbean. And you heard the first thing that happened when President Trump came to office. He began to look at the Panama Canal as they wanting to take back the Panama Canal. Now, the Panama Canal is an important waterway that links the Pacific side of our region with Asia. That's the fastest way to get to Asia, through the Panama Canal. If the Americans gave up the Panama Canal after having run it for more than a century, that was back in 1977 under President Omar Torrijos of Panama. Now, American companies, there are two companies running the canal, the ports on the canal, on both ends, on the Asia end and on the Panama end. They are run by Chinese companies. And there's a big effort now by American companies to buy out the Chinese companies that run those two ports. The Chinese government has said they were not going to give approval for that, for their companies to be taken over by American companies. So there is a lot of things that's going on in the back rooms right now as far as negotiations about the canal. President Trump has even indicated that they might use military intervention to take over the canal if necessary. All of these things are very unsettling to stability in the region. And I just hope that reason prevails, but the Chinese presence, you cannot wish it away right now. It's strong, it's growing, and China is rapidly becoming the major trading partner of the South American countries, not yet the Caribbean, because in the Caribbean, America is still our major trading partner. But that is changing. It's declining. So that is the context of the geopolitical reality in our region.
Ambassador, I think we can both agree that these are interesting times.
Very interesting times. Richie, I think of it this way. We've just seen the quarter century of this century. 1/4 of that century, the 21st century, is gone.
Yeah.
And I can assure you that this next quarter century that is coming, starting 2026, is going to be a very interesting and unsettling period. A lot of instability in our region as that competition between the Chinese and the Americans begin to get more intense. It's going to affect stability in our region, I believe.
Let me ask you, let's move to the Israelis. Recently, Dominica acquired, or I should say, hired an Israeli American company named Ormat Technologies Inc. They will be financing, constructing, operating, and maintaining Dominica's proposed 10 megawatt geothermal power plant. I'm sure you've been following that very closely. This is being constructed in our Rosa Valley in Loda, with ownership to be transferred to the government after 25 years, Ambassador.
Yeah.
Your views on that?
Well, Richie, that is somewhat disconcerting for me, because I want it to be made clear to the Dominican people that it was Prime Minister Pierre Charles who started that whole initiative towards the geothermal program. He doesn't get any credit for it, but I want to make sure he gets credit for it today. Because in 2002, at the UN World Conference on Sustainable Development held in Johannesburg, South Africa, the late Prime Minister Pierre Charles presented the roadmap for Dominica's energy transition. And geothermal and other sources, because Dominica is well endowed with natural energy. We have geothermal resource, we have hydro, we have wind, we have solar, we have wave action possibility to generate electricity. So we are a multi-source country for energy. We are a country that can be totally independent of fossil fuels, of diesel for electricity. And Pierre Charles, what he wanted to do, he had said by 2012, Dominica would be generating electricity by 100% from its own sources. Look at where we are now. That geothermal program started in 2002. I was the person who started the geothermal program. Pierre Charles asked me to do that. And he said to me, Crispin, we have no money, but I want you, because you have connections abroad with donors, I want you to go and raise the money. And I set up to do that. And in the first set of money raised, we raised 5.5 million euros from the European Union and France, a combination of European Union and France. And we also had raised money from the GEF, Global Environment Facility. Now, what is interesting, I would like to ask the Minister for Energy, Dr. Henderson, whether he knows the history of the geothermal program, because clearly he behaves as though he's the one who started the geothermal program, and he's not the one. So I just want to put that on the table. Now, the Israelis, I can't understand why the Dominican government would set up a geothermal company to build Dominica's institutional capacity to be able to run its energy system by itself, by Dominicans. So we invite a company from Israel to run our geothermal program for 25 years. 2050 is when that agreement will run out. And that to me is a very unfortunate development. Now, here's the worst part. This company is not bringing any finance to Dominica for geothermal. They're simply coming to manage the money that the government has borrowed for geothermal development. And that is an important reality that we must wrap our heads around. Now, why Israelis? I have nothing against the Israelis, but I'll tell you one thing. The behavior of Israel in Gaza and towards the Palestinians does not endear me to have any Israelis running our energy program. I will state that categorically, that there was no need to bring in any Israeli company to run geothermal in our country. I think that's a backward step. And I think that Dominica has enough capacity in terms of engineering that we could actually train a cadre. And that was what I had set up to do from the beginning. We signed the cooperation agreement with Iceland to help us develop our geothermal sector. That was scuttled. And they went to New Zealand to give them technical cooperation. But it didn't make sense because New Zealand now hires Iceland drilling company. So why did you have to scuttle Iceland agreement and go to New Zealand and then you still come back to Iceland to do drilling for you? When Iceland could have done the drilling as their contribution to the geothermal at no cost to Dominican people. So, you know, I think that, and then here's the second part about the geothermal program that I have fundamental problems with. A 10 megawatt plant of geothermal in Dominica will not will not bring your light bill down. I want them to show me how they're going to bring the light bill down with a 10 megawatt plant. With a 10 megawatt plant, it means that you're still importing diesel for the other 10 megawatts that you have to still run because Dominica's installed demand is about 20 megawatts. So a 10 megawatt plant is not going to change anything really. Yes, we will be generating by renewable energy for geothermal and some hydro, but we still have to import diesel. And as long as you have to import diesel for electricity generation, you will have to pay that environmental levy, the energy levy on diesel. Doesn't make any sense. Now, one will ask, why has the government not built solar farms on Dominica to generate electricity? Because it's a free resource. Solar is the cheapest source of generation of electricity in the world today. And Dominica is not seeing the importance of geothermal, of solar generation. And I want to know why. I've heard the minister talk about batteries. He's not so supportive of batteries. Well, a lot of countries are running their solar things on batteries. So what is the problem here? So I can say that I'm not happy about what I see with geothermal. And I think it is the Dominican people must ask questions about this thing because we hear about a lot of money being spent in the valley for geothermal. Will it bring the price of electricity down to 4 US cents a kilowatt hour. It's 40 US cents a kilowatt hour in Dominica. We have the most expensive electricity in the Caribbean.
Yeah, currently. Yeah.
And now we are not going to bring that price significantly down. And that is an unfortunate reality.
Doc, let me just a follow up question, Ambassador. Sorry.
Yes.
Are you categorically against the idea of a geothermal plant, or are you questioning the current approach? Just to clarify,
Yeah,
persons.
no, I'm not opposed to geothermal at all. As I said, I'm the one who started the geothermal program. I
Yeah.
raised enough money to get it going and to do all the drilling and all of that, and some of the drilling. They did all the drilling. But what I'm saying, and I've gone to the country of Iceland to study their geothermal. Iceland is an island like Dominic, but it's a much bigger country. Iceland runs their electricity 100% on geothermal. And in addition to that, Iceland is a temperate country, so they have winter. They get their hot water from the geothermal resource. So we as a country, we don't really need hot water, but many homes have hot water for bathing. In Iceland, all the houses have hot water that comes from the volcanoes, like us. So we have the potential to do hot water if we were to do that. But the way we are very mountainous island, and to bring hot water to the homes from the geothermal would be enormously expensive.
Yeah.
But I fully support geothermal because I believe that, here's the thing, Dominica is sitting on 9 active volcanoes. And each active volcano has the potential power in it of 200 megawatts. And that's what the Iceland engineers told me when I went to Iceland. So Dominica is actually an energy powerhouse. We could power a good part of the region if we develop the geothermal to do interconnection. And it was premised when I was developing the geothermal back in 2002 on interconnection with Guadeloupe and Martinique in the first instance. But Richie, the more and more as the technology for energy develops, we realize that we might have missed that boat on interconnection, because it's cheaper for the Guadeloupe and Martinique to have solar plants than to build that cable, to have a cable link in Guadeloupe and Martinique. It's enormously expensive. It would cost about $400 million to do one cable to Martinique, and the same amount for a cable to Guadeloupe. And the reason why the Electricité de France, and that's what the government must explain, Electricité de France, EDF, who runs the electricity in Guadeloupe and Martinique, they were involved initially in the geothermal in Dominica, but they pulled out. They said it's uneconomic. It's not economical for them to have to spend that kind of investment on a cable linking Dominica and Guadeloupe and Martinique. So they pulled out from that. And I still hear the Minister of Energy and Foreign Affairs talking about interconnection with Guadeloupe and Martinique. Guadeloupe and Martinique, they have moved on. That's not their core interest right now. They don't need power from Dominica as we had seen before. Because now they have, if you go to Guadeloupe and Martinique, and I was just in Martinique last week, if you go to Martinique, you will see a lot of windmills, you will see solar on roofs. Dominica doesn't have that. We've not developed wind, we've not developed solar. Guadeloupe and Martinique, they're forging ahead. Now, Guadeloupe has a geothermal plant run by that company, Oran. What's the company's name?
Ormat.
Ormat is running, I believe they acquired the plant in Bouillante in Guadeloupe, and they're running that. It will be interesting to see if they will expand the Guadeloupe plant. But I'm saying my big problem with this company, they're bringing no financial investment into our geothermal, and I don't see why they should be there.
It is an interesting development, but I'd like to move on in the interest of time. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for that. that response. What's your view, though, on Dominica's human rights as it relates to the record so far for the past 20, 30 years?
Well, Richie, I think we have a dismal human rights problem, and it's been evolving over a period. And we can go back as early as 2012, from 2012 going forward. You know that our big political challenge has been with free and fair elections. And there's been an ongoing struggle by the opposition forces in Dominica to force the government, and they have to force because the government does not want, they never wanted to do electoral reform. They have not committed to free and fair elections in Dominica. And they have used the police as the tool to intimidate the opposition and to use force. Look at what happened on March 19th. The police used rubber bullets, tear gas, and stones against protesters. Now, I don't know if reason is going to prevail in Dominica, but I'm going to say that Dominica is heading on a knife's edge towards conflict. And if Dominica does not take steps to address the ongoing repression that's going on in Dominica by the police against political activists, it will lead to an explosion. I don't want our country to reach there. But Richie, we are not too far. What happened on March 19th, and we had seen it before. I was actually in a protest for electoral reform back in 2018 by Macmillan's gas station, and the police used tear gas for no reason at all. The meeting went on, and in the last 15 minutes of that protest, that's when the police chose to use tear gas on the protesters. Now, I want to bring to the attention of the listeners to a report that came out soon after the March 19th, 2025 protest in Roseau that unleashed rubber bullets and tear gas, and then what happened in Salisbury the next day. The police is supposed to protect protesters, not to see them as enemies. And the police in Dominica is allowing itself to be used as the armed wing of the ruling Dominica Labour Party. And that is a serious indictment of the police. I mean, the police in Dominica, their records is before the Human Rights Commission, the Human Rights Committee in Geneva, Switzerland, and the Human Rights Council in Switzerland as well. Now, on the 16th of April, 2025, the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights expressed serious concern regarding the electoral reform process in the Commonwealth of Dominica. And they had some things to say. And I would like all the savvy, young, and aged people who are computer savvy, if you Google the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights statement on Dominica on the 16th of April 2025, and you need to read this 3-page document. Now, one of the things it says is that Dominica, there are three international agreements that Dominica has signed up to. And I'm talking of just within the Americas. I'm not talking about the global, the human rights. I can go there too. But I've said there's the American Convention on Human Rights. There's the American Declaration of the Rights and Duties of Man. And there's the Inter-American Democratic Charter. All of these three treaties collectively affirm that citizens' participation in decision-making is both a fundamental right and a cornerstone of democratic governance. The American Convention on Human Rights explicitly guarantees every citizen's right to vote and engage in public affairs. And I'm reading here from that report.
Yeah.
These instruments serve to uphold and protect political rights, ensuring the integrity and legitimacy of electoral processes. So where you don't have an electoral process that's fair, then you're contravening those free treaties. And Dominica is the signatory to all three. So and here's the other thing that's missing in our legal framework in Dominica. The Dominica government, from the time we got independence to now, has signed up to a number of international human rights agreements. But they never passed these agreements in domestic law. What they're supposed to do after you sign an agreement, you overseas, you come back and you pass it in your parliament. Our governments have not done that over the years. So consequently, we now reach a point in terms of political rights that the government is trampling on our rights when they signed agreements guaranteeing those rights. And it is time, and I'm hoping that these people who were arrested, the 25 people, including the leader of the United Workers' Party, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, arrested for protesting on the 19th of March. I don't even know why there's a case against them. And then they're using an outdated law from 1700s? No. When we got independent, those laws from the colonial period that were repressive laws from the slavery era needed to be abolished. And that riot act must be abolished. So I think that I can't tell the DPP what to do, but I would advise her that she better handle this thing, this conviction, these charges for these 25 people. They must pay attention to these agreements they have signed internationally. So I think that the best thing that they should do to allow reason to prevail and order to prevail in Dominica is to dismiss these charges because they don't stand in international law.
It's a very troublesome development.
And Richie, I just want to say one thing from that report. It says, states have an obligation to safeguard the rights of individuals engaging in protests, to protect their physical integrity, and to ensure unhindered access to the press. To this end, the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights calls on the Commonwealth of Dominica to respect the principles of democratic participation and to end the targeting and criminalization of citizens exercising their rights to assembly and to participate in public demonstrations. I hope the government of Dominica will listen to the Inter-American Commission, because the opposition forces in Dominica, they're not going to relent. They are going to seek redress in the international community. And I'm telling you, if we don't address this kind of behavior of the government and the police in particular, I think the police have an obligation not to become the armed wing of the Labour Party. And that's how they have behaved over the last 10 years. They have not shown us that they care about being impartial. And I'm calling on the police to clean up your act, because internationally you have a very, very sordid and bad image as far as erosion of rights.
Ambassador Gregoire, I'd like to move on. Thank you for that response. I'd like to move on now to the recent proposal or idea announced by the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit in Parliament recently during his contribution of the 2025-2026 national budget. The Prime Minister was seen and heard saying that his government wants to explore possibilities of allowing Palestinians to settle in Dominica in response to the ongoing war between Israel and Gaza. And apparently, our government is currently in talks with the Donald Trump administration to, I guess, negotiate how that can be done. Your views?
Well, I happened to be in Dominica last week when the Parliament was meeting and when the Prime Minister made his statement. I have not listened completely to the Prime Minister's presentation, so I'm not in a position to really go in detail. But here's what I'll say. First of all, I think that the Prime Minister is beginning to demonstrate that he's under serious pressure from both the United States and the European Union on CBI, because the possibility of the CBI program being shut down because of Europe's what is likely to come out of Europe in terms of ending the visa-free access for people from CBI countries into Schengen region.
Yeah.
Which is, and then the Americans are now saying, look, the CBI program has a lot of deficiencies. One of them being that Dominica is one of the countries that have given maybe the most have the most economic citizens who are using false names. Their passports are in false names, and the US wants that ended and cleaned up, and they actually want the CBI closed. Now, being under that pressure, because Mr. Skerritt once said, if not CBI, tell me what.
Yeah.
And he simply has not done anything to diversify the economy. If all the income that they receive from CBI, that money is the bulk of that money is in the hands of the agents who are developers themselves. So realizing that what is at stake for Dominica is a potential depression, an economic depression if CBI fails, he's scoring like an agouti. You know, agouti scurry in the bush. Now, so the Prime Minister did two things that are important for us to frame this question. One is maybe about 6 weeks ago, Dominica was the only CARICOM country to vote against a ceasefire in Gaza. Now, if Dominica abstained, meaning that they neither support, they neither against. Well, if you don't support a ceasefire, well, tell me what you support. You support what Israel is doing. So that's the first indication of a soft underbelly of the Dominica government pandering to the Israelis and not following with the rest of CARICOM to condemn what's going on, the genocide that's going on in Gaza. So that was the first thing, and it made the whole Caribbean sit up and say, but what's going on with Dominica? Why is Dominica opting out of the consensus of the CARICOM? The next thing that happens is this weird proposal. I say weird because it is weird, of bringing 200 or so Palestinians to settle in Dominica. And he's saying that he's talking to the government of Qatar and Saudi Arabia and so on, as though he has good contact with them. I don't deny he has good contact with them, but I'll say that when it comes to the Palestinian question, those countries don't make decisions for the Palestinians. They support the Palestinians. They've given them money. Qatar has given Hamas untold amount of money. But they don't, Qatar and Saudi Arabia and the other Gulf states don't decide things for the Palestinians. So to think that you want to go and talk to them about Palestinians and not talk to the Palestinian Authority and Hamas as well, because Hamas is still, they've been decimated, but they're still controlling, they have significant play in Gaza.
Yeah.
They're the ones you should be talking to, not. And I'll tell you the other thing: Gazans don't want to leave they're not leaving Gaza unless they are physically removed. Do we want the Israelis to be the ones to pick the 200 people and send them to Dominica? To do what? Look, I'm saying it's a ludicrous proposal, and I hope the cabinet of Dominica faces reason and say, no, this is not acceptable. How are these people going to live in Dominica? And are you going to give them free housing? Are you going to give them jobs? What are they coming to do in Dominica? That is what I'd like to hear about. So I would say it's not the proposal that has much of a future. And I believe that what I would like to see happen is Dominica should be able to tell the Israelis there should be a ceasefire in Gaza, and that you should remove your troops from Gaza. Let the Palestinians have their homeland. Let the Palestinians have their own state. Until Mr. Skerritt can talk that kind of language, he's not serious.
Ambassador Gregoire, you've been very profound. I just want to, at this point in time, in the interest of time, congratulate you. Recently, you were awarded a very, very prestigious award. I just want to read some information there from a press release. Recently, 5 distinguished diplomats, including Dominica's ambassador, our very own Crispin Gregoire, was honored at the 17th Annual Diplomats Diversity Gala. This was held very recently, August 3rd, 2025, in Los Angeles, California. This prestigious event is founded and hosted by Ambassador April Sutton. The event unfolded at the Porsche luxury showroom, and of course, Ambassador Gregoire was selected as the premier guest of honor. You, of course, you received this award for some outstanding diplomatic contributions. Your work cited as Dominica's permanent representative to the United Nations in that position, special advisor to the United Nations General Assembly President. You're also the facilitator of the first UN World Conference on Indigenous Peoples. Of course, Ambassador, I can imagine what you may have felt that evening receiving that recognition. Of course, you did this all in the best interests of humanity, especially the black race. But what did it feel like being there in California, getting that award in a room filled with 200 people of prominence?
Oh, Richie, I'll tell you, it was one of the most humbling moments of my life. First of all, to be recognized by people who are not Dominicans.
Yeah.
There was no other Dominican in that room. There were people from the African continent. There were people from, majority of the people there from the United States, most of them from the state of California, a few visitors from other countries. The five countries that got these awards, and every year they give different countries awards, was of course Dominica, and then Sweden, Azerbaijan, Belize, and then there was a Moroccan man, not representing the government of Morocco, but he's a humanitarian who is a young man. He's in his early 40s. He does a lot of humanitarian work in the city of Los Angeles, and he was honored as well. What stuck out to me was that, you know, since I left the government of Dominica, well, they fired me in 2010. Just gave me 2 weeks notice to leave the mission, and up to now they haven't finished paying me what they owe me. The government of Dominica has not paid me my just compensation, and I still want it, and I'm still fighting for it, but I'm not taking them to court because that case will never call. So I am trying to talk to them, reason. I'm not begging. I'm not in the red clinic line. I just want my money. That's all. But I'll say that you mentioned a few things that I did at the UN. In addition to representing Dominica's core interests at the UN, and you know, at the time, Richie, I was the only diplomat. I had no other staff. I had no driver. I had no other diplomat working with me. I ran that mission alone. It actually made me sick, because to represent a country alone like that at the UN, that can kill you. The amount of reading you have to do one in a day, and the amount of mail you get from the UN Secretariat in a day, you simply cannot keep up. So one of the things that I worked on was the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade. And that was a CARICOM initiative, not a Dominica government initiative. That was a CARICOM initiative. And they picked me to lead that. And I delivered. We got the UN to establish the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery from 2007. And 2007 is an important year in that realm, because 2007 represented the 200th anniversary of the abolition of the slave trade. So that is what we are commemorating. And today, every March 25th, which is the date the actual law was passed in the British Parliament, every year now the UN observes the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade. Who led that? A Dominican. That is significant. But the government of Dominica didn't see that as relevant. So what happened next? When we got that in our back pocket, we said we want a memorial now, a permanent memorial. It was actually the ambassador of Jamaica who teamed up with me, and we pushed for this, and he fought. And today, unfortunately, Ambassador Raymond Wolf is deceased, but he and I worked tirelessly to get that memorial going. Do you know what? And I'm going to say that to the Dominican people this morning for the first time. Dominica is the only CARICOM country that did not give a penny to the slavery memorial at the UN. And the ambassador at the time, Ambassador Henderson, was opposed to the permanent memorial. He campaigned against it. He said he didn't see why that was relevant. I don't know why a black person, a person of Africa, who came from a background of slavery would even behave that way. And maybe it's because I was one of the leaders of that. That's why they pour cold water on it. But the rest of the world saw it as important. The African countries, they all came forward. And you know who gave money to it? Besides all of the 13 CARICOM countries that gave money, I wrote to the government of Martinique. And Martinique, the current leader of the Martinique government, Mr. Serge Lechimi, he sent me a check of 80,000 euros because they wanted Martinique's name to be listed there as a donor to that slavery memorial at the UN. Dominica's name is not there, and I want the Dominican people to ask Vince Henderson why our name is not listed as a contributor to the slavery memorial at the UN. And then the last thing, Richie, I was honored for, is that the UN asked me to organize the World Conference on Indigenous People as an advisor to the President of the General Assembly. That was in 2014. I delivered. And the history of that is enshrined in the outcome document of the conference, to the extent that the President of Mexico and the President of Bolivia, Evo Morales at the time, they basically honored me. And the Mexicans, they sent me a special coin from their silver mint, which I have. So I'm beginning now a collection of awards that are very significant awards. So I've received that one from the government of Mexico. Now I received this award from this group in California. And I'm telling you that on the African continent, I command a tremendous amount of respect for some of these things I have achieved. The indigenous people of the world, they love me. And so I don't need to be pat on the back by the government of Dominica if they think that they see me as an enemy. I have no apologies to make. I simply say to the administration in Dominica, people like myself who are in the diaspora who can contribute to Dominica and not being allowed to make contributions, I think it does not redound to Dominica's best core interests. And I think it's time for us to end this gross partisanship that is dividing our country. It's time.
Wow, wow, wow. Ambassador Crispin Gregoire, well, we say congratulations to you on this major award.
Everywhere.
Diplomat of Distinction Award.
Image is everywhere.
Well deserved.
The world is in the hand of the
Ambassador Gregoire, in the interest of time, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us on this program, The Hot Seat, this edition, August 7th, 2025. You've been fantastic. We do hope to engage you at some time in the future. Hopefully, we can make that happen, but we appreciate you here this morning.
I would very much look forward to that, Richie, and anytime, just let me know.
Fantastic. Enjoy the rest of the morning. If it's morning where you are at this time.
I'm back in New York. I got back to New York last evening, and yes, now looking as to where I go next.
Yeah.
I know that the next few months will be interesting. I hope to make a trip to the African continent before the year ends. Yeah.
Well, we'll be talking soon. Safe travels, and keep doing what you do in the best interest, not just yourself, but after all these years, you keep doing it for our country. Blessings to you, Mr. Gregoire. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Thank you very much, Richie. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. Take care.
Take
Bye,
care.
your listeners.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was former ambassador of Dominica to the United Nations, Crispin Gregoire, well-deserved diplomat of distinction.
Like never before.
Well-deserved.
And destruction everywhere.
All right, that's it for me. My name is Richie Farrell. We've had quite an extended version of the hot seat today. But as you can see, it's all in the best interest of you, the listeners of Q95 FM. To our valued sponsors, we thank you for your patience. You stay tuned to the big station, Q95 FM.
These are the days of godlessness, children ruling over them.
During a hurricane, if there is a lull after the eye of the storm has passed, stay in a safe place, except to make emergency repairs. The wind may return suddenly with even greater strength. Since 90% of hurricane casualties occur from drowning, you must evacuate islands and beaches and other vulnerable locations as early as possible. And those seeking shelter should shut off water, gas, and electricity before leaving their home. A message from Q95 FM Radio.
Celebrate 25 years of Creole music, magic, and memories at Dominica's World Creole Music Festival, October 24th to 26th. 3 nights of pulsating rhythm, Suyo, Calypso, soca, reggae, dancehall, souk, Afrobeat, and more. Book your stay.